I will remember you. Why? Superman, why? I mean, right through her freaking stomach. Come on. Yes, Wonder Woman was trying to kill you, but I mean, you freaking deserved it. You're such a beep. Hi guys, my name is Maria Park, and this is Approach the Nerd, and in this episode we're reviewing the final issue number 6 of DCeased. Oh boy, did this one break my heart. So, the issue opens with survivors idolizing their hero, not realizing that Superman is beep crazy. So back at the Fortress of Solitude, Damian reveals his father had a contingency plan for Superman, which was kryptonite, and that he had one for everyone except Green Arrow because he didn't think he was a threat. So it's also interesting that Damian doesn't see himself as Batman yet. I mean, probably because his father just died and he hasn't had time to deal with it. And plus, Bruce is Batman, so it's hard. His shoes are very hard to fill, probably even more to his own son / protege. So, yeah, I could see that. But it's just interesting how he still talks about his father like he's in the room. It's very strange. But, we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, so what's not weird about this? So while they're all trying to figure out the best way to deliver the kryptonite to Superman, Wonder Woman also says she has contingency plans against her friends. And her plan is brilliant. She takes Athena's sword and merges it with kryptonite to take out Kal-El. Next we see Wally West and Damian loading up survivors into the Ark, but Harlequin and Poison Ivy refuse to abandon the Green, so they're gonna die. And then we see one of the coolest shots in the comics so far, and that's that zombified and completely insane Aquaman has summoned a freaking Kraken. And he has summoned it along with the rest of his Atlantean horde on Themyscira, which they never would have been able to find if Superman, Wonder Woman, and Mera hadn't built an island to house refugees, making Themyscira not only vulnerable, but now visible to the outside world. But eager to prove himself worthy of a contingency plan, Green Arrow takes out Aquaman with an arrow to the head. I mean, at least he has Arrowverse. But that's probably because they couldn't put Batman on TV, so that really doesn't help his case. But yeah, that whole thing is hysterical. I mean, come on. He basically is upset that Batman does not have a backup plan to take him out. Now back on Themyscira, the battle is really heating up. Even though the Amazons live together, train together, love each other, and probably been fighting for eons, they are very outnumbered, even with the assistance of Wonder Girl. But unfortunately, even with Wonder Girl's help, the Amazons are too outnumbered. So basically, they've chosen to commit suicide by holding off the zombies that are surrounding them, giving the heroes enough time to load the survivors onto the Ark and escape before Themyscira is destroyed, which to me makes them the most badass characters in the DC universe. And now checking back in with Superman, who is busy, still losing his crap and tearing stuff up. And then we see a very cool fight scene between Green Lantern Canary and Superman. And I kind of feel bad for Dinah because honestly, she didn't get a Green Lantern 101 book, so she's pretty much winging it at this point. But having said that, she was able to combine her canary cry with a bullhorn her ring conjured, which kind of slowed him down a little bit. And right as Superman's going for Dinah, Wonder Woman chops off his arm and is managing to hurt him a lot with the kryptonite Athena sword. And it looks like she might actually win until he does this. It was at this moment I realized that it was all over. I have no words. I mean, I have wanted to marry Wonder Woman since I was 5. And then later Xena. But Superman killed my girl. And he killed her brutally without any cause. Well, actually, if you really think about it, though, him letting loose is kind of cool. Because he's always holding himself back a lot. So, it really shows you what a Superman would be like if he just didn't give a crap. Which I think we saw in the movie Brightburn, but yeah, whatever. But anyway, Wonder Woman, why? Such an ass. Now we see that the Arks have actually broken away from Earth and are now in space, with Superman hightailing it behind them, where John has made the decision to confront his father, and he tells Damian that he's going to be a very good Batman and asks him to take care of his mother. So at this point, we pretty much understand that John doesn't think he's going to come back. Now don't get me wrong, John is very strong, but he is no match for his dad, especially a father that has no remorse or feelings of any kind other than killing and destroying. So John was able to slow his dad down a little bit without himself becoming infected, but that also meant that the battle came down to Green Lantern Canary. But it didn't come down to that, because then the Green Lantern Corps, and I mean all of them, come riding in to the rescue, or technically flying in. So instead of fighting them all, the zombified Superman or anti-life equation makes a calculated decision to drain the sun dry, killing everything in the solar system. This may actually make him explode too, but who knows. But the Lantern Corps decide to go ahead and let him do it and quarantine Earth because he might as well take out the virus along with himself, so I guess that's a win-win in a way. And back on Earth, Cyborg uses the lasso of truth and discovers that the virus is a hive mind and that he is patient zero, which means he is actually the cure. But before Cyborg can let anyone know, he lets his guard down long enough for zombified Wonder Woman to decapitate him. Cyborg, you are one of the anomalies of this world because you are half man, half machine, which means you should have double intellect. And yet, you turned your back on a zombified Wonder Woman. I wouldn't turn my back on Wonder Woman if she was mad at me if she wasn't zombified. Why in the heck would you do it when she was a zombie? Oh, and I get he's like the heat of the moment, finding out he's the cure, the urgency to warn everyone, but you can't warn everyone if you have no head, I'm just saying. And the last thing we see in this issue is all of the survivors looking out at the window, basically orbiting a brand new world, which they have dubbed Earth 2. So I think one of my biggest questions, and I think I've been seeing this a lot across the review boards too, and across some videos that I've watched, but this is what I initially thought when I read the comic book. Number one, where was Constantine? Where is Dr. Fate and Zatanna? Because they have like this whole, they were going to come together, and well, at least Zatanna and Dr. Fate are working together already to try to stop what's happening, the spread of the virus or save the world. And Constantine basically disappeared in a portal saying he's not going to let the world die on his watch. So I'm like, what is happening with this storyline? I have seen a lot of people mention this, and I mean, that's initially what I thought when I finished reading it. The way this comic ends is brilliant. I love it. But I mean, why interpret or incorporate a side story if you have no intention of using it? Or is that the sequel? Them restoring Earth? Could be. Which I would be interested to see how that one would play out. Especially since with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy left behind on Earth, the Mascara pretty much gone, Atlantis gone, you know, all of our major pillars are gone in DC Universe, so you pretty much all you have is the Lantern Corps and, you know, the surviving, you know, humans and superheroes that were able to go to Earth 2. So seeing how they would come together to reestablish Earth 1 would be interesting, or maybe they'll be able to rewind time. Maybe there's a lot of time travel involved in this. Maybe they'll come up with a way of undoing it all or preventing Cyborg from ever being taken. I don't know, but it would be interesting to see how Tom would write himself out of this. Something to think about. But yeah, that's my review on DCeased issue 6. What do you think? Leave me a comment below and let me know. And if you would like to sign up for jury duty, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know who's next on the ballot, hit the notification bell. Until next time, I can't wait for you to approach the nerd. Bye, guys. And if you have time, make sure to check out some of our other videos.